You are watching ABC7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. The Baltimore Orioles Gulf Coast League team will play all of its home games this summer at Ed Smith Stadium, a change from years past.
It's a push by Orioles executives to give fans a chance to see the future stars of Major League Baseball. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live at Ed Smith Stadium to tell us what else they're doing. Dwayne?
Well, Jacqueline Scott, in previous years, the team played on the smaller backfields behind the main field. And what executives are banking on is that this change will not only be a better experience for the fans, but the players as well. First game and the first season for the Gulf Coast League Orioles rookie team playing at Ed Smith's main field. A stadium well known for its games in March. Local fans are dropping by for the only professional baseball they'll get to see here after spring training.
It draws people into the community a little bit, and it gives, great time for kids to get to come and watch ball games and get involved in baseball.
And that's exactly what the vice president of Orioles Sarasota, David Rovine, wants. He says in addition to making the fans here comfortable, he wants it to be an experience for kids getting a chance to see future stars.
But some of the top Orioles stars that are playing today started right here in GCL, so it's a great way for people to see these young players, get to know them, and kind of grow with them in their career.
And just a week out of the Major League Baseball draft, Rovine stresses that many of these young players coming out of high school and college now get to develop on a quality field.
They need a place to begin. They need a place to make their mistakes and to learn, and that's what Gulf Coast League baseball is all about.
Admission and parking are free for the 28 games throughout the season, but Rovine realizes it will take a little more to get fans rolling in.
People can sit wherever they want. We've got all kinds of food specials, and we're even introducing some really unique events to enhance the experience of a day at the baseball game.
A huge difference for some who attended previous games played on the smaller fields.
Going to the backfield, sitting in the little stadium seats, kind of felt like a high school baseball game with, players' dads watching it. But this you got the real feel here. It's nice.
Now, in regards to their event schedule, they have a Summerfest going on from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Saturday, all in an effort to get fans and mostly kids coming to the stadiums, as well as parents as well. So, reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Dwayne, get out of that rain. All right, thank you so much. A Manatee County woman dies after pulling out in front of an oncoming pickup truck. Troopers say 22-year-old Ashley Rhodes was fatally injured at the intersection of 301 and County Road 675 around 6:30 last night. Troopers say she tried to make a left turn onto 301 when she pulled out in front of a truck which struck the left side of Rhodes' Honda Accord. The 16-year-old driver of that pickup and his teenage passenger were not hurt. The crash remains under investigation. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies are in the middle of a bizarre case involving a gator in Lakewood Ranch. An alligator was dumped inside of a Wawa store around 2:30 Friday morning. Two people apparently left the 2-foot-long gator at a Wawa on State Road 70. Deputies are now looking for them. That gator was originally reported as injured. However, FWC now says it was an old injury that had healed. The gator appeared to be in good condition and was released into a suitable habitat.
An update now on the plans to fix the erosion on Lido Beach. A huge victory for the city of Sarasota. The city announcing today that the state has now granted final approval for the coastal permit that clears the way for the restoration project at Lido Beach. Now work can begin to protect that fast eroding shoreline. Certainly a lot of people who live in that area happy to hear that news today.
Definitely. All right, let's find out on our beach weather right now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Some showers around right now, right?
Yeah, we saw that with Dwayne right there. When you know it, there's one lone shower around, and he happened to be underneath it. There's some outflow boundaries coming from a pretty big cell near St. Petersburg in Pinellas County, moving through Tampa Bay right now. There's that one cell, which is located near Sarasota and North Sarasota. And you can see not much happening in Braden right now. There's the outflow boundary as it heads off toward the east. There's a chance you could see some other showers in its wake as it moves off in an easterly direction. There's Sarasota 17th Street, and again, we have some heavier rainfall right there just to the west of the Meadows. It's not moving all that much, and it's not reaching in the upper levels of the atmosphere because it's just so dry there. That's the reason why you don't see a lot of lightning. There's a chance it could generate 1 or 2 lightning strikes here, though, as it's getting close to that top of 30,000 feet. This one is, you can see 1, 2, 3 lightning strikes in the last 10 minutes or so near Tierra Verde, as well as St. Petersburg, getting just to the west of St. Petersburg, some rainfall there. This is heading slowly off to the south and west, and as it does so, it's producing some moderate to heavy rainfall at times, but that too is starting to weaken. That's the downward trend due to that drier air in the mid to upper levels. Now, it's not dry at the surface. The humidity is high, and it feels much hotter out there, 101 degrees. But if you're getting rain, it's cooling things down, obviously, into the upper 70s to low 80s there. We're going to stay warm overnight, too. I mentioned that dry air. This is the water vapor imagery from the new GOES 16 satellite imagery. Gives you a little bit more detail of that dry air streaming right over Florida. And every once in a while, you see little pockets there. That's that moisture from the storms reaching into the upper reaches of the atmosphere there. But as I mentioned, it taps into that drier air and then kind of weakens the storms pretty quickly. This will be in place again tomorrow. There's still a chance that we will see some showers around. That's going to be hard to stop rain occurring when temperatures are this hot and you have a little bit more moisture at the surface. So the evening planner calling for spotty showers through the 9 o'clock hour and staying pretty warm at 11 o'clock still at 82 degrees. And more likely feels like temperature closer to 90 at that time. More on our weather for the rest of the work week and the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. With this year's hurricane season underway, the Florida Public Service Commission is considering a plan to improve preparation and restoration efforts by electric utilities. Last summer, Hurricane Irma knocked out power to millions of residents from the Keys all the way to North Florida. Some issues brought up following the storm were a need for better communication by utilities with customers and more cooperation with the local government regarding preventative tree trimming. While commissioners say burying power lines could lead to fewer outages and quicker restoration, the cost of converting existing infrastructure can be expensive.
When you talk about conversions, you're taking an existing asset that in many cases is already paid for, and you're completely starting with brand new cost again. So those costs have to be borne by someone.
The commission also feels utility companies should have more staff at county emergency operations centers across the state during a storm. At its peak, Irma knocked out power for nearly 100% of customers in 5 Florida counties.
Well, it may be hockey's off season, but the Tampa Bay Lightning are busy giving back to their youngest fans here on the Suncoast. The team donating street hockey equipment, including sticks and practice vests, to the kids at Manatee County YMCA's Camp Dash.
First year that we've run this camp, it's to combat learning loss in a very important neighborhood here in Manatee County. And the 80 kids will really appreciate the Lightning and the equipment that they're giving us today.
Today's donation was part of the Lightning's Equip the Thunder program with the goal of donating 500 sets of street hockey gear to students across the area.
An award-winning summer reading program is back for another year in Manatee County, and local volunteers are teaching much more than just reading. Hundreds of mentors are teaching 2nd and 3rd grade summer campers in Manatee County. Last year, John Horn of the Anna Maria Oyster Bar began this program called Dive into Reading. Now it's expanded to all 15 so-called Title I schools. Volunteers are teaching students how to read, but also teaching eye contact, handshakes, and basic table manners. The kids get the same mentors each week, so they're also building relationships. Horn says the volunteers are getting as much out of this as the kids.
Half the time, Ray, I'm not sure who's getting more benefit, because the mentors are coming away with, a great sense of, oh my gosh, this is in our community, we all need to help. And we all do need to help with the grade level reading, because it's our future is that these kids do learn how to read.
Thank you for coming today. In its first year, this program won a national award from the National Restaurant Association. Other host facilities include Gecko's, Pier 22, O'Bricks, and the South Florida Museum. Horn hopes to expand this to summer reading program in Title I schools across Sarasota County next year.
Not so easy to get kids to read during the summer, so great program there. Still to come in your Suncoast News, is marriage good for your heart's health? How people who are not in relationships are more likely to have poor health outcomes.
Plus, buying a house may be easier than you think. Some programs to help you purchase a home with zero money down.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver, And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running, and right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Auburn Opelika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
High cholesterol, smoking, diabetes. We know these can cause heart disease, but what does being married have to do with it all? Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
A healthy marriage may be good for the heart, your actual heart, in your body. A new study looked at the marital status of more than 2 million adults in countries across the world. Being never married, divorced, or widowed was associated with an increased risk of heart disease, even death from heart disease or stroke. Being widowed also was associated with a higher risk of stroke. Here's why. Doctors say living with someone can lead to earlier recognition of warning symptoms of heart disease. People who are in relationships are more likely to be reminded to take their medications, have a healthy lifestyle, and seek medical care after heart attacks. Those who are lonely, doctors say, are more likely to have poor health outcomes. Unmarried patients tend to have longer delays in seeking medical help and tend to be less compliant with treatment. And some of it may be financial. Having a dual income means more money to take care of your health. Marriage alone is likely not as important as simply feeling connected and valued. But some food for thought, not being married may break your heart. With this Medical Minute, I'm Stephanie Ramos.
Now your ABC7 with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, Casey Key webcam on the beach is not showing any problems with rain right there, but we have had some showers around our area as of late. Right in downtown Sarasota, a little bit of rain falling. Not much rain out there, though. You can see that that storm that was near Pinellas County, St. Petersburg, some lightning strikes there as it really exploded, and then it got into that dry air, and then it's, for the most part, has fallen apart considerably since it was just about a half hour ago. Still, it generated winds up to 40 miles an hour in parts of the bay there. It continues to head off to the west-southwest. You can see that sea breeze now has moved well east of I-75. And to give you a little example, this is an outflow boundary right here, moving a little faster than the sea breeze as a result of that tremendous amount of rain that creates a little miniature gust front. And we've had one lone shower here in Sarasota. And it looks like it's kind of staying there, too. It's not moving much. It's just hanging around. And so it is producing some pretty heavy rainfall for that area in North Sarasota near University, stretching close to the UTC. But also you can see near Palm Air getting some heavier rainfall down to US 41, even to our studios right here, getting a little bit of rain, not a lot. And there's 12th Street right there, as you see, and 301. And then the heavier rain falling near University Parkway, also near Palm Air Drive, Timber Lake Drive, stretching all the way over to Tuttle. So expect a brief period of heavy downfall, and then it should quiet down. This is starting to tap into that drier air, and that's the reason why you're not seeing much lightning right now, but it could generate 1 or 2 bolts. So keep that in mind. You know, the old saying goes, if you hear the thunder roar, get indoors, but that doesn't happen for the first bolt because that's the first thunder that you'd hear. So these storms, if you're in this area, you might want to just hang out for a little bit inside before you go out. Again, isolated showers are possible this evening. This will in turn create little outflow boundaries, which will kick off a few isolated cells this evening, but most areas, again, not getting that rainfall. You can see the general flow is from the east to the west right now, but that's going to change a little bit tomorrow, and that will allow for a possibility of a few coastal showers to develop along the land breeze tomorrow morning. 91 in Orlando, 90 in Sarasota, 76 in Jacksonville, but the 96 in Tallahassee getting close to 100. It feels like 100 degrees here. The Gulf water temperature now at 87, 87 in Sebring, and that's what the temperature is, 88 in Arcadia. Although our heat index was at 101 just about 45 minutes ago. I suspect that'll be down now with that rain-cooled air near the airport. It's 90. It's sunny out there with a few clouds coming in from the east. Our high today was 92 degrees, well above the average of 89. 98, the record set in 1998. Forecast tomorrow, calling for a few coastal showers possible, only a few. We're not canceling the outdoor plans. And be careful in the afternoon, say 2, 3, 4 p.m. Talked about this earlier. You want to, if you're going to be outdoors, don't exert yourself too much. Also, if you don't have to be, don't go out there and be in air conditioning. That's always a nice time to take a little siesta, and we'll have a few isolated showers again throughout the late afternoon and evening. The storm track and jet stream really has moved northward. The high pressure ridge over the top of us is causing this heat to really intensify over the southeast. And we have a lot of rain in Texas associated with a weak tropical system there. 94 in Atlanta. It's 88 in Memphis, 90 in St. Louis, and 90 in Sarasota. For boaters tomorrow, pretty much the same story. Not much wind out there. We'll see 5 knots only. Northeast winds turn to the west, and seas running less than 2 feet for the most part. Smooth conditions on the bays and inland waters. 7-day forecast then. Slight chance for showers on Thursday. We're not quite yet into our mainly afternoon and evening thunderstorm pattern working toward the coast, and there'll be a few coastal showers in the morning on both these days, and then Saturday and Sunday. Still, I think we'll see a little bit of a west wind, not much, and it looks like most of the action will be inland over the weekend. A slight chance for some coastal showers. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. US 41 in Bradenton is backed up in the north and southbound lanes around the State Road 70 intersection, but it does clear up around Bayshore Gardens Parkway. Scott?
Thanks, Jacqueline. Verizon and AT&T will stop providing information on phone owners' locations to data brokers, stepping back from a business practice that has drawn criticism for endangering privacy. The data has apparently allowed outside companies to pinpoint the location of wireless devices without their owner's knowledge or even consent. Verizon became the first major carrier to declare it would end sales of data to brokers that then provided to others. And then AT&T followed suit today after the Associated Press reported the Verizon move. Neither company said they are getting out of the business of selling location data. Verizon and AT&T are the 2 largest U.S. mobile carriers in terms of subscribers. General Motors has some big changes coming down the road for Cadillac. The automaker now says it will get rid of 3 of the sedans in its lineup and then replace them with 2 new ones by the year 2021. It's also pumping $175 million into a factory in Lansing, Michigan.
Is a hefty down payment standing in the way of you achieving the American dream? Buying a house may be easier than you think. The days of putting down at least 20% of the price of a home are over. There are now several programs available right now to get you into a house with 0 or very low out-of-pocket costs. Here are some options to consider. Try an FHA loan through the Federal Housing Administration. It requires less money down and lighter credit history requirements. If you're a veteran, take advantage of VA loans, which require no money down. Experts also recommend checking down payment assistance options available in your state, like housing grants. There are also conventional low down payments insured by the federal government. Well, CVS Pharmacy stepping up their game. The chain announced today it will begin next day home delivery for prescriptions from its 9,800 nationwide locations. Orders can be placed via the CVS app or by calling your local store. Delivery is not free, however. There is a $4.99 charge. Besides prescriptions, CVS will also deliver cold and flu remedies, allergy medications, pain relief, baby, personal, and feminine care products.
All right, entertainment news coming up right after this.
You are like no other. So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Iguanas only reproduce 1 month out of the year.
That's because they suffer from erectile dysfunction.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, what color represents the lowest threat level?
Is Caucasian a color?
Which casino game has the best odds for a payout?
The ATM.
Funny you should ask. Weekdays at 4:30 and 11:30 on ABC7.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Family and friends will say their farewells to designer Kate Spade Thursday in her hometown.
Spade took her own life on June 5th in her Manhattan apartment. Known as Katie to family and friends, the accessories icon is described in her obituary as kind beyond words. In lieu of flowers, her family is asking for donations to be made to the ASPCA or Wayside Waifs, a no-kill shelter in Kansas City. Spade's husband opened up about her struggle with depression in the days following her suicide. A mass will be held in Kansas City, Missouri on June 21st at 3 p.m.
20-year-old rapper XXXTentacion, whose real name is Jose Onfroy, was shot and killed in Broward County yesterday. Police say Onfroy was driving when two men in a dark-colored SUV shot and killed him in an apparent robbery. The two suspects have not been found. The Florida native was a controversial figure and had many run-ins with the law. He was currently awaiting trial on charges including domestic battery, aggravated battery, and false imprisonment against his pregnant girlfriend.
Actress Heather Locklear has reportedly been hospitalized for a psychiatric evaluation. People magazine is reporting emergency personnel were called to Locklear's home on Sunday because the actress was threatening to kill herself. The 56-year-old was arrested in February on suspicion of domestic battery and assault of a peace officer after deputies responded to a domestic incident involving Locklear and her boyfriend. Locklear has a 20-year-old daughter, Ava, with rocker Richie Sambora.
Lawyers for comedian Bill Cosby say he plans to challenge his recent sexual assault convictions in Pennsylvania by October. This comes as Cosby's lawyers fight in a Massachusetts civil case related to other allegations of sexual assault against him. Cosby is currently under house arrest while he waits for his sentencing hearing in late September.
Frito-Lay has introduced a Tyrannosaurus Rex-sized snack, the world's largest Dorito. It is 18 times the size of a regular chip, all to celebrate the upcoming release of Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. The chips came to be after Dr. Henry Wu, a character in the film, merged Doritos and dinosaur DNA. Just a handful of fans will actually get their hands on them, though. Frito-Lay will give away the Doritos once daily starting the day of the film's premiere on June 22nd. You can also bid on a Jurassic chip on eBay starting June 21st. The money raised goes to the American Red Cross for victims of the volcano eruption in Hawaii. That's where much of that movie was filmed. Who knew you can make a chip that big?
Yeah, it's going to be a collector's item.
I know.
People probably won't even eat it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? We'll be right back.